Alrighty, folks, welcome back to Personal Picks. We're back with some more Phoenix Wright Spirit of Justice.
This episode may drone on a bit. Alright, so you're cross-examining the drone. And I'm going to state this up front. This testimony has a really obvious glaring contradiction.
Okay.
Papa met with someone the night he died. I didn't have my eyes on the ground, and as I had already mounted my siege defense, but I did hear him arguing with someone in his study. From my window, I saw the one designated Dax getting ejected from the premises. Oh, stop.
It's not that.
I know, but I'm moving that anyways.
I don't like the gravel in my workspace.
After that, the man lingered around the perimeter for some time. He must have regrouped and killed my papa in the study later. I just know it. So he was thrown out, but later returned and committed the murder, did he? Yes, Your Honor. So the man my client saw really must have been the fleeing Mr. Arbor. Objection! Right, you backstabbing no good! I didn't kill no one! Radio missiles and fire!
Oh my.
Whoa! Wait! Capitalist pig! I'll turn you into pork stroganoff!
That's not how Stroganoff works.
That's just a taste of my ultimate anti-swine weapon!
Yeah, Stroganoff is meant to be a mushroom sauce dish that is beef as a meat.
Do you think the military commander really cares?
No, I know. Whoa, it fires missiles too?
It's pretty amazing, not gonna lie. Where was this? This should be the defense of our agency.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, well, the witness is all yours, Mr. Justice. So there is an obvious contradiction.
Yeah, so number 5. He didn't actually see the encounter.
It's actually more obvious than that.
Okay.
What did Sarge say was a part of their siege defense?
I don't remember.
It's literally right in front of you.
Yeah, okay.
What is that drone equipped with?
Weapons.
And
A speaker?
it's in your court record. Take a look at it.
A video?
Take a look at it. It's in your court record.
Microphone.
Camera. If they didn't have eyes on the ground, the drone is a part of their equipment. So why?
It's a female. Thank you.
Yes, exactly. Well, if it didn't have eyes on the ground, it has the camera.
Okay. Alright, well, yeah.
Yeah. Right? Seems pretty obvious, right?
Sarge, are you hiding something from me?
Yes, I'm hiding something. The goddamn person speaking me revealed my gender early.
Yeah, just a bit.
Fuck!
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I'm gonna go leave. I'm gonna go fucking leave. You read my part rolls for me. I have to go now.
Wow, I've never seen him that mad. It's fine, dude. It's fine. That doesn't really affect anything right now. How dare you question your superior officer like that? You want to get on the Stroganoff action with Pit Boy over there, soldier? Sorry, but I'm afraid lawyers are missile-proof. And Poyo-proof. Faye is muted.
No.
Oh, no.
No, I heard that.
Nah. What? Would the defense care to explain? It's simple, Your Honor. Just as he is able to see what is happening in the court right now, Sarge was able to see what was happening in the study then. With his cherished drone, of course. Ah, now that you mention it. And to think, the answer was right before our eyes the whole time. Sarge, you were perfectly capable of patrolling the study that night. So you must have seen something. Ah! What is the strange new weaponry you're using against me?
It's called logic.
Courtroom warriors don't use guns or missiles because evidence is our weapon of choice.
It's logic.
And the evidence has exposed your bald-faced lie. My truth bomb, Sarge, has stripped your defenses bare.
Oh no, he's getting into it too much. Truth bomb? What are you, a goddamn hippie? Oh no. It went down. Officer down!
Shutting down.
Officer down! Oh my, are you alright? Evidence! Never have I seen such fierce subordinates!
Tell it to us straight, Sarge. After all, you wanted to help your father, don't you?
Papa.
Yeah, you wanted to find out who killed him, don't you? So please, tell us what you saw that night.
It's not what you think. I didn't see anything, I swear.
You sure? You seem awfully stressed for someone who didn't see anything.
Oh,
Mother.
duck!
Mother, I crave violence.
Sarge, you need to answer my question.
Shut your pie hole, maggot! It'll be a scorching day in Siberia before a private like you orders me around.
What's with him in Siberia, of all places? But if a scorching day is what it'll take, then maybe it's time to turn up the heat. Hey, Athena, you think a therapy session might help? You made me
Well-
question whether I was reading the right lines or not.
Well, it could help alleviate some of his anxiety. Plus, I'm picking up a lot of discord inside of his voice. That usually means a patient wants to say something but can't for some reason.
And in Sarge's case, I imagine whatever's plaguing him is pretty severe. In that case, I'll leave it to you and your mood matrix magic.
You got it! Your Honor, I believe I can use help here.
Time for a therapy session, is it, Miss Sykes?
Yes, it will help the witness with his anxiety, maybe even enough to testify.
Then by all means, please bring the poor child out into the light of day. Oh, but I assume this will be all right with you, Mr. Wright? Why not? It's not like we all haven't been through this before. What are you butting in for, lady? There ain't a place on this battlefield for you!
Objection!
I beg to differ, Sarge. This G.I. Jane's always ready for a fight in the courtroom. And wait until you see what I've got in my arsenal. Analytical psychology. With it, I'm going to blow a big ol' hole in the armor you've built around your heart.
First evidence, now analytical psychology? What are these WMDs? Where are these WMDs coming from? Well, if it's a battle you want, bring it on. You may have started this war, but I'm going to end it, corpse woman Sykes.
You got it, Sarge.
Core woman Sykes.
The strongest soldiers get therapy, coward.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Time to seek out the agony buried deep in your heart.
Rinse yourself.
Yes, that's right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Seeking therapy if you need it is not a weakness. It is a sign of strength. Please seek therapy if you need it.
Because they admit they have issues. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's admitting that you have a problem that you can't work through by yourself. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness.
Yeah, I mean, the very fact that they are not showing themselves in person means that they have a social anxiety.
I stayed in my room with my drone that evening. I heard Dats and Papa arguing with each other. Dats got kicked out. but I saw him still hanging around outside. I was in my room, so I didn't know Papa was dead until the next day.
Emotional damage.
I mean, yeah.
Why is she sad here?
Well, it might not be sadness, it might be fear.
Oh.
Because look at Dad. Does he look like the kind of person you would want around?
Yeah. Why are they sad about staying in their room all evening?
Maybe because she just wanted to. Remember, she's still in mourning over her mother, right? There is something I will state here. Look at the intensity of the emotions.
Yeah, I know. She's very intense on the last one, but... Yeah, the intensity only gets higher with the sadness as the stuff goes on.
Again, it also could be fear, right?
Yeah, whoa!
Surprise, well, that's being out there makes sense. Like, I feel anyone would be surprised at seeing someone like that.
Surprise was low here, though.
Yeah, lower than... And then
sadness.
Lower than seeing the sneaky person out front. She's less shocked at fighting her dead father than seeing the guy out front.
So which one do I push? This one or this one?
I would go with her being less shocked at seeing her dead father.
Okay. Yeah, this one's a little vague for me.
I would be more surprised at seeing my dead parent than I would be at,
That's strange. You reacted with shock when you discovered your father's body. Yet you weren't nearly as shocked then as as when you saw Mr. Arble. Normally, you'd expect the death of one's father to be much more impactful.
Get me fire! Direct it!
That is strange. I wonder what it could mean.
Well, we know he wasn't affected by his father's death as he should have been. And I think I know why.
Oh?
Sarge, you weren't as shocked at seeing your father's body as seeing Mr. Arble because...
You're scared of Mr. Arble? You had already seen his body? Something else shocked you.
Why do I feel like this is correct?
It would make... It's the only other thing that would really make sense.
Yeah. Because, like, being scared of Mr. Arble...
Okay.
Cool. But that wouldn't...
that doesn't explain anything.
That doesn't affect that her shock... their shock was just missing.
Yeah. And then something else shocked you? That feels like something you're pulling something out of
Yeah,
your
no,
mind.
this is the only thing that would lower the shock value for seeing the body itself.
Exactly.
Sarge, maybe the truth is you left your room that night. And that's when you saw it. Your father's body.
I saw no such thing!
Really? You didn't see his body? Alright then. What did you see?
Look, Apollo, we've lost some noise.
So, just as I suspected, he really did see something. Sarge, please, tell us what you know, what you saw.
What you know, saw no.
What you know, son.
But the moment I saw it, I couldn't bear it. I couldn't stand to lose yet another loved one.
Huh? Am I missing something here? No. You already know that that they lost their mother.
But it seems like something they might have seen something that caused this thought process.
Hmm. Is that why you weren't very shocked when you found out your father was dead? Because you had already sensed that he was a goner somehow?
Maybe.
Please, Sarge, what was it you saw on the night of your father's murder?
I saw...
What's happening? I don't like where this is going.
Yeah. No more, please. Help! I've confiscated your little toy. The battlefield has no place for unauthorized equipment.
What's it? Apollo, I think we can session without him.
Calm yourself this instant, witness. I hereby order you to submit to your therapy session. What in blazes?
Took the gavel.
Look at me! I'm judge, jury, and executioner now! I hereby convene a military tribunal!
Way to prove that you're a child. Whoa! This has gone way too far.
Bailiff, arrest that drone this instant! Yeah. Stop resisting! Yeah.
Hip check.
If you don't come quickly, I'll fire!
You push it back, right?
Hip check the child.
Drop kick the child.
Tackle the child.
Finally got him back.
Nice work.
This witness is truly a handful. Oh, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. Miss Sykes, what's the witness's current psychological state?
Let's see. He's emotionally all over the place.
I was about to say, the mood matrix is probably, like, spiking right
Like,
now.
the mood maker is like, bruh, you seeing this shit?
Yeah. So his out-of-control emotions are in control of him, huh? Does that mean we can calm him down if we can figure out the root cause?
Yes, so let's see what we can find.
Yes.
Yes.
Sarge, can you hear me?
Is that you, Corwoman Sykes?
I'm here. Now, I want you to take a few deep breaths. Just try to relax. Try it with me. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
In, out, in.
Get out! Get out!
And now, let your emotions take you where they will. Go on, just let it all out.
This is a
That's the least relaxing breathing exercise I've ever seen.
Alright, let's do it.
Breathe in, out, in.
Alright. Dax was still hanging around after he got kicked out when I heard more fighting, and I got worried about Papa. So I left my room, but suddenly I got dizzy and passed out. I remember a flame lighting up the room, and Papa grinning with delight. That's when he must have been killed, if only I hadn't passed out.
So he has two out-of-control emotions, huh? And all we have to do to find out what's causing them is to run wild like this? Can't words today.
Yes, whatever the cause, it should appear somewhere in the mood matrix. Let me know if you think you found it.
Easier said than done. Don't suppose you have any ideas on where to start?
Well, I would think about Sarge's personality and his past. Those are the things that shape a person's emotions. You should be able to find something to work with from here.
Any ideas?
Well, first of all, the passing of their mother is important.
Yes. How did the mother die?
I don't remember. I'm going to need to double check that.
I don't think it's in your notes.
It isn't?
I don't think so.
What if it's in here?
Look at what's new in your in this whole
Lost his mother in a fire.
There you go. So, what do you think what do you think is causing the uncontrollable
The
fear?
fire.
Exactly.
What's your point, person within fireball distance?
Not cool, man. Not cool.
Faye was like, "What's your point, person in fireball distance?"
Not cool. This is actually dealing with someone's trauma. Not cool.
That's it! Sarge! You were overcome with the shock and fear when you saw those flames, weren't you?
Was I?
Yes, just 6 months ago. You and your mother were caught up in an arsonist's blaze. So it's no wonder you would be extremely scared of fire. Yes, that does make sense.
And maybe, just maybe, your subconscious fear of fire was what caused you to withdraw from the world.
What do you mean, Corpseman Sykes?
In the outside world, you were bound to come across all sorts of fire. Candles, cigarettes, heck, even the grill at a diner. Even if it's not that often, just the idea that you might see them grew bigger and bigger until you couldn't shut it out.
I think you might be onto something. Candles, cigarettes. Just thinking about them sends a chill down my spine.
Wow, the things I take for granted.
Now I see. I was afraid of the fire. Strange. I didn't even realize it myself.
About that fire, Sarge, can you tell me what it was burning?
Just stay calm and maybe something will come to you.
Oh, I'm starting to remember. It was
Documents? Oh.
that relic. That relic Papa was studying. It was on fire.
Oh? The orb was on fire?
Mm-hmm. It's still kind of fuzzy. But yes, the orb was burning right in front of Papa.
Oh, look, the fireball is for the murderer. Okay. I'm starting to wonder if the orb wasn't trying to give him powers.
Check the notes again. Check the notes for the song.
Oh, the song, okay. The dragon is,
Offer
offer thy prayers as fervent as fire.
Only then shall the Holy Mother return.
He lit it on.
Descending upon us in all our glory, the founder bestows the greatest power. It probably shows what the Holy Mother looks like.
Oh.
Probably, because that's like one of the biggest secrets of their religion,
Yeah.
right?
And there, in the flames, was Mama? Yes, I now remember. I saw Mama appear amidst the burning flames.
Dancing flames.
Dancing flames. The sulfur in her raven hair.
Wait, what?
Like fire! Hellfire!
Jeez.
This fire in my skin.
Yeah, that really does make me think of that.
A little bit, yeah.
Especially his face.
Yeah.
That's not quite done. We're not quite done yet.
Yeah. What's going on here?
Maybe it's a memory from the fire that killed his mother. He might be confusing it with what really happened when his father died.
So let me guess. More therapy?
Yep, but this time, it seems there's an inconsistency in his statements. And I think we should be able to prove it with the evidence at hand.
This inconsistency is the key to proving that the relic is really that the relic really is the Founder's Orb.
Really? Oh, I thought speed was key.
Space King!
Alright, Dad was hanging around after he got kicked out when I heard more fighting and I got worried about Papa. So I left my room, but suddenly I got dizzy and passed out. I remember a flame lighting up the room and Papa grinning with delight. Okay. The relic was on fire and I saw Mama's face inside. Alright. That's when Papa must have been killed. If only I hadn't passed out. Hold on. Something's not right about that.
It's not on fire anymore.
No, there's something else.
Well, the item in question that's being used to knock him out is glitching.
If he died here and now, how was the Founder's Orb in the cave? How did he sneak out in the raincoat to put it in the cave that night?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. So what do I present here?
Here, I would present the orb itself.
Okay.
Objection!
Don't blame yourself, Sarge. After all, even if you hadn't passed out, the outcome would have been the same.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the time of death. Your father wasn't killed right after you left your room.
What? Explain yourself at once, Private Justice.
You said you saw your father burning the orb, right? But that night, he went out to hide it in a cave. So what you saw, Sarge, was something that happened before your father left to hide the orb. So you see, you didn't pass out right before he was killed. You passed out right before he left for the cave to hide the orb in the ruins within.
So, even if I hadn't passed out?
That's right. The outcome would have been exactly the same. That's because your father, Dr. Buff, was killed after he returned from the ruins. And therefore, Sarge, there's no need for you to blame yourself.
Oh, I see. Private Justice, can you really say I bear no blame in this?
Why do you ask?
Because the truth is, if I hadn't engaged in my siege defense, Papa would still be alive.
Sarge,
Papa wished nothing more than for me to lead a happy, healthy life. That's why he quit his job and moved us out, away from the big city. But even then, I didn't have the courage to set foot into the outside world. And in the end,
honestly, a major change like that doesn't necessarily help.
I failed to make Papa's wish come true.
You can't really blame yourself for hiding away because of trauma.
No, yeah, but what I'm saying is him moving out of the city into, like, basically upheaving the life that they have is not a great way to fix an undercurring issue like
Not necessarily the correct one.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the correct one because basically you're introducing a lot of change to a situation that already had too much of it.
That's true. Although you can make
in some cases you can make the argument that will help.
Yeah, I was.
But
gonna
you
say,
have to test it first.
I was gonna say, I would make the argument that he was doing this with her in mind.
Yes.
So you can understand that his motives were like you understand why he was doing it, and that you'd sympathize with him.
Yeah.
But maybe there was another option.
Yeah.
But yeah, like again, she's blaming herself for not coming out. But like, again, she was traumatized. You can't really blame yourself for feeling what you're feeling.
No.
I don't know who's saying this.
I have no idea either.
Sarge? That's Athena.
Oh,
I
that's
guess.
Athena.
Yeah. I don't know why they did that. Why would they do that?
Yeah, why did they question mark her name?
Yeah.
If you want to make your father's wish come true, if that's what you really want, then who's to say it's too late? Why don't you take the first step now?
My first step?
That's right. You can cast off all your regret. You can stop standing still and start moving forward. You have the power within you. I know from experience. I know what it's like to feel like you do.
Yeah.
Faye throws a little comment on what we discussed as well. Might not have had a choice because the home might have been cheaper than the city.
Maybe. That too. It could have been a money thing as well.
But only you can decide to take that first step.
If you don't change your tactics now, Sarge, the victory you seek in the war you're waging will always lie beyond your grasp.
I think I understand now. I've made up my mind.
Huh?
As of this moment, I will suspend my siege defense indefinitely. So do you want me to keep voicing it?
I'll do it.
That does not surprise me.
Or do you want to do it? Okay.
Now. Oh, I had a feeling. She's Russian.
Actually, yeah, the mother was Russian.
I had a look. Okay, so in my head before, because they were kind of pointing out the Russian thing. I'm
Yeah.
like, she's blonde hair, blue eyes, isn't she?
Probably. But like honestly, I don't mind the appearance because like look how adorable she is.
Yeah.
She's hugging onto that drone for dear
What
life.
I want to know is, was she paraplegic before the accident, or was
I
her
believe-
being paraplegic what she blames herself as to the cause of her mother's death?
No, the paraplegic thing is because of the accident.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh?
Sergeant Buck, reporting for duty.
What? I thought you were a guy!
Everybody did.
You're definitely not the gruff drill sergeant I envisioned.
Well, my mother was in the Russian army.
I was just as shocked, but it certainly explained a few things when I found out too. May I introduce you, Miss Army Buff, age 12.
Army. No way!
Come on, the father is named Archie Buff. Let's be real here.
No way! Get a load of this!
Careful, soldier. Don't forget it to blow you away in a moment's notice.
She's just too cute.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, have you always been in a wheelchair, Sarge? Boo? Why is the crowd booing?
Because of the name Army Buff.
Oh, maybe.
Negative. Only since I was injured in the fire.
Your voice sounds awfully different from before.
That's because it's a different person.
Nah, voice changer.
My drone features a voice modulation device. Just one of my army's many technological marvels.
Well, you fooled me. I thought some 20-something military fanatic was at the controls.
If it's all to you, Trips, I'd like to continue my testimony. I've just remembered something, and it's as crisp and clear as a trumpet at roll call.
What did you remember?
It was that my mother who appeared in the burning orb.
Oh.
It was some lady Papa had shown me a picture of a long time ago.
Wait.
The Holy Mother.
But no documentation of her visage is supposed to be...
She didn't say face.
She hasn't said the face yet, but you remember in his notes, he wrote down how to figure it out.
Okay.
And maybe, like it was said before,
He said it was the Holy Mother, the founder of Quranism. She appeared right there, right in the front door.
Huh?
what did you just say?
Ha hee ha.
Like
fire.
It changes nothing.
No, it really
No,
doesn't.
It changes nothing.
She's a gypsy.
Noise
Oh.
of hero.
Oh, that makes things even more awkward.
The Holy Mother of Quranism was in the burning orb? What does that even mean?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Could it be? Could this explain what Sarge means by the Holy Mother appearing in the burning orb?
If only we had something that talked about fires.
Notes!
Dr. Buff's research notes? What do they have to do with this?
Everything.
Look at this! The burning orb, the appearance of the founder, This part points to both. You literally had the cursor over it already. I didn't need to do anything.
You just need to present the third paragraph.
There's a legend about the orb involving a mysterious riddle. And this song, in turn, is said to contain the key to solving it. If the legend is true, then I believe the answer lies in this part of the song. Offer thy prayers as fervent as fire, only then shall the Holy Mother return. Well, anyone see where I'm going with this?
You gotta set it on fire. Prayers as fervent as fire. You're supposed to set the orb on fire?
The whole stanza seems to suggest that the founder will appear if the orb is set on fire.
Wait, so the doctor, he...
Yes, Athena. He had solved the ancient riddle of the founder's orb.
Oh my.
And that confirms it. It's the founder's orb. Also, I love the small detail. The top of her helmet has a helipad symbol.
Ah, yes. So maybe her mother was like a paratrooper or something.
Yeah.
Or a
but-
helicopter.
Yeah, something like that.
Papa was a great archaeologist, so I believe in him, and I want to believe he achieved his long-time dream of solving that riddle before he died.
Well, we won't know for sure until we try it for ourselves.
Yes, do it, Private Justice, please. I want to see what Papa was searching for with my own eyes.
I have a feeling that Karine would take offense to them finding out what she looks like.
Well, we have to. It's proof for the case, right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise they're still gonna keep claiming that it's the crystal of Ami Faye.
Yeah, but this is going to lead to bad things. Let's just say that.
Unfortunately, we have no choice.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Objection!
The plaintiff must object to this.
Objection!
The plaintiff will stand down and be quiet.
Objection!
You don't have the right to set a precious relic like that on fire.
Objection!
Oh, but I do. All I needed was Sarge's permission. Since we still don't know if this treasure is the founder's orb, the crystal of Ami Faye, and any ownership rights the doctor had now belong to his daughter. No, I am Faye, not you, Aiden. Therefore, you have absolutely no right to stop us.
Very well, Mr. Justice. I never thought I'd be saying this, but you may burn the evidence.
Gosh. All right, here we go.
You could have worded that a little better there, Your Honor.
No,
but,
he
you know
knew what he was saying.
Yeah.
Why do you have a Zippo?
What?
Also,
some people are allowed to, like, carrying a lighter on your is not a crime.
No, I... Look!
Oh, the inside of the orb. It's melting.
It must be made of wax. There's something in there! Ah!
It's a man!
It's a man! Dirk, isn't she...
Her garb leaves no room for doubt. It's the founder herself. Face and all. I don't understand. The greatest of taboos in Curanism is the depiction of the founder's face. Yet here it is, hidden within this orb.
Sorry, Mr. Wright, but as you can see, the issue is crystal clear. This figure is the Holy Mother, founder of Karinism. And based on that, this must be none other than the Founder's Orb.
Objection!
Be that as it may, Mr. Arbo may have killed the doctor. If so, it would render the orb transfer agreement null and void.
Don't play dumb, Mr. Wright. The truth of the matter has already been proven. Mr. Buff wasn't killed right after Sarge saw Mr. Arble, or Dr. Buff. It happened right after the doctor came back from hiding the orb. And you've no proof that Mr. Arble was still around at the time. Your claim that the Defiant Dragons were behind the crime doesn't hold water. And that means the orb transfer agreement is still perfectly valid. Admit it, Mr. Wright. I just burned your whole case to the ground.
That was a good one. I respect you for that one. Oh no!
And like a phoenix, you're going down in flames.
I resurrect you, fool!
Yes, but not after dying.
I die, but I keep coming back. I'm like William Afton. I always come back.
I won? I actually won?
Mr. Wright, would you care to respond? Respond?
I didn't think so.
Wait, did he just win? Did he actually beat the Turnabout Terror? You're amazing, Apollo!
Don't just stand there, Wright! Do something!
Well, I don't think there's any digging out of this hole.
Mr. Attition Wimperson, I think it's time for your concession speech. I have proven beyond a shadow of the doubt that this is the Founder's Orb. The facts don't lie, but you obviously do. How's that for a campaign slogan? Why, you contemptuous peasant!
I think this is a good time to wrap up this trial. If both parties have no further objections, I will render my verdict.
No objections here, Your Honor.
No,
Hold.
Hold it! You can't do this! The crystal is mine! Lose the election if I lose that crystal!
Not even
I'm sorry, but there's really nothing more I can do.
You haven't forgotten about our little chat, have you?
What's going on here? I knew it. He was being held hostage.
Sort of.
In a sense.
In a sense.
He's being blackmailed.
Yes, he's being blackmailed.
Your Honor, I object to the defense's last claim.
What?
I don't believe they have truly proven that the relic is indeed the Founder's Orb.
Objection!
Mr. Wright, I don't think even you could bluff your way out of this one.
Well, I am a buff at bluffing.
Yeah. God damn it, Maya, are you kidnapped again? That's what Chad just said. What possible argument could you have to claim that this isn't the Founder's Orb?
About that. Oh, of course.
He can't possibly have hit on something.
The defense's assertion is incomplete, and this is why. Their claim that this relic is the Founder's Orb is based on a legend, and that legend claims that the Founder will return when the riddle is solved at last.
Right? That's what happened. The Founder was revealed for all to see.
But Mr. Justice, what about the rest of the legend?
Huh?
According to the legend, once the Founder returned, she would bestow spiritual power onto the person who solved the riddle.
You're kidding, right?
Well, Mr. Justice, do you feel great spiritual power coursing through your veins?
No. But receiving spiritual powers and stuff, it's all just mystic mumbo jumbo, right?
Maybe so, but you're the one basing your claim on said legend.
Well, here's the thing. I know why it would be gaining spiritual power, because the person in question gaining that spiritual power is the person who could channel her.
There's also the fact that Apollo's not the first person to see the Founder.
Yeah.
Who was the first one to burn the orb?
The professor.
And what happened to him?
He died.
Exactly. So he died with the power.
Yeah.
Or, it could just be mystic mumbo jumbo, but whatever. And what we saw here does not fully fulfill it, does it?
No, but...
Consequently, you cannot rightfully claim that this is the Founder's Orb. Come on, Phoenix. Even I think... I'm the guy playing you, and even I think that you're bullshitting.
What's gotten into him? Why is Mr. Wright doing this?
It would appear that Mr. Wright has lost a few of his marbles. That couldn't be further from the truth, Your Honor. Twitch, twitch, twitch. In any case, I believe this is a good time for a recess. Both sides will have 20 minutes to prepare. I ask that all arguments be ready by then. Oh, and Mr. Wright, you do well to wash up and find your missing marbles by then, too. Oh, typical bullshit his way out of a bad situation. That was, like, even bullshit is looking at this and like, bro, I wouldn't go that far.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Wright is sure acting funny. I mean, he's famous for going out on a limb, but that last assertion was just plain crazy.
It's either a bluff or a Hail Mary. Either way, it doesn't make much sense.
But the funny thing is, they couldn't really argue it, could they?
No.
He's technically not wrong, but
You are technically correct.
But at the same time, everybody's like, come on, man, really?
Yeah.
Maybe there's something we're missing here. Although, he seemed pretty normal when we spoke earlier.
Apollo, I have a bad feeling about this. I'm going to go check up on him.
What's going on with you, Mr. Wright?
Hey, oh, that's
Hey, private justice.
Oh, Sarge.
I wanted to mention something. On the night of Papa's murder, a strange thing happened.
Oh, but why are you only telling me about it now?
Well, I didn't say anything before because I thought Papa's death was an accident. And now that we know otherwise, I figured it might be important.
Still more to this case?
When I left my room and lost consciousness, I passed out right here.
Okay.
Okay. That's right above the coffee bar.
But when I came to, someone was pushing my wheelchair.
What?
I was so scared, I made a hasty retreat as fast as my wheels could take me.
Do you know who it was?
No, it was pitch black. Plus, I fled to my room so fast, I didn't even have a chance to turn on the lights.
Maybe it was your father.
No, he would have said something to me. Besides, I'd have known if it was him.
So then, it could have been your father's real killer?
My thoughts exactly.
But you didn't report this to the police?
It didn't even occur to me.
It's okay, you were obviously still upset, so don't beat yourself up over it.
I just thought of something. Test the wheelchair for fingerprints.
Well, I mean, I can't.
I know, but just like, why don't they try that?
Yeah.
That could actually tell us who the killer is.
Yeah. There's a lot of, like, if you think about it long enough, there are glaring inconsistencies in these stories.
It's just, wait a minute. Why don't they test the wheelchair, like the handles on the wheelchair? Maybe that will come up. Who knows?
Oh, he was wearing gloves. Damn it!
Apollo, this could be really important information. I think the act of pushing Sarge's wheelchair could be part of some bigger scheme. It's hard to see why else the killer would have done such a thing.
Guess I should take her statement down as evidence.
She fled to her room when she realized someone had moved her while she had been unconscious on the second floor.
Oh, welcome back, Athena. Uh-oh. Hmm? What's with the long face? How'd it go with Mr. Wright?
What should I...
Athena?
Oops, sorry. Zoned out there for a sec. The recess is almost over, so let's go.
What was that all about?
I feel like Sebastian. She knows.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she clearly knows what happened, but she isn't at liberty to say because that would put whoever in jeopardy.
Yeah. All right, court is once again back in session. Now, Mr. Wright, about that last objection you raised.
So, Mom just texted me.
Soup? Nope.
Lemon pudding.
Nice. I was actually looking into getting some lemon extract.
All right. We, the plaintiffs, still believe that the defense has yet to sufficiently prove its case. They claim that, according to legend, the Founder's Orb would bestow spiritual power, yet the relic in question has failed to do so. Therefore, it has failed its own test. I see.
He's sticking with that ridiculous argument?
Furthermore, even if it is the Founder's Orb, it can't be awarded to the Defiant Dragons. After all, they were the ones who killed Dr. Buff.
Objection!
What are you talking about? That was already proven to be false. There are no grounds for asserting that the Defiant Dragons murdered the Doctor.
Oh, but I'm afraid there are, Mr. Justice. Your Honor, I would like to present new testimony to this case, to this court. Testimony that will prove that Dats Arbol did in fact kill Dr. Buff.
What?
Very well. You may call your witness.
Let me guess, it's politician.
What was your first clue?
Yeah. Second.
I guess Mr. Wright find another new angle.
What new testimony could there be this late in the game?
I don't know. His argument's new angle? I don't know. This feels obtuse even for him.
Uh-huh.
Ha 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 ha.
Fellow citizens, it is I, politician, the one and once and future representative of the people.
She's not him again.
I get a migraine whenever he comes on stage. My client divulged new information to me during the recess. He remembered something he saw, you see. Something crucial to this case.
How very convenient.
Yeah, exactly, huh? That's his crime.
It was around 11 at night, and I was out on a mobile meet and greet around the village. That's when I saw Dr. Buff being murdered from outside his study window. Mr. Arbol snuck up from behind and struck him on the head. His weapon of choice? A suitcase. A big, strong man like him could easily swing a heavy suitcase into someone's head.
So he's suddenly bringing up the sneaking up from behind and bumping him in the back of the head?
Yeah. You saw the murder as it happened? And you're just telling us now because...
I saved the best for last. It's a tactic known to all the political greats.
So you were lying through omission.
Yeah.
The murder weapon was a complete mystery. But my client's eyewitness account has finally brought it into the light. According to the autopsy report, Dr. Buff was struck in the head by the corner of some object. I suppose that could very well be the corner of a suitcase.
That doesn't make sense. The corners are rounded.
What if it? But they did say that it was heavy.
Yeah, but
Even if it's blunt, getting hit in the head with something heavy.
this is so heavy that even what's-his-face couldn't lift it.
Yeah, like none of them could lift it really well. The only one who could were probably Dirk and Dats.
Yeah, and Dats had trouble.
Did he?
He was there.
I maybe, yeah. I don't remember that part, but that sounds good.
But eyewitness testimony isn't the same as hard evidence.
Oh? I wouldn't worry about that if I were you.
What's that supposed to mean?
We have physical evidence, too. A luminal test revealed.
Uh-oh.
The doctor's blood on Mr. Arbol's suitcase.
Really? But how does that prove Mr. Arbol used it as a weapon?
Objection!
You should know the answer to that, Mr. Justice. Since you know as well as I that the suitcase is covered in his fingerprints.
Ah! I forgot we dusted it right in front of Emma.
The turn of the carriage strikes again.
This is quite convincing testimony and evidence. Nevertheless, you may proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Justice. Okay, so remember how I pointed out the fact that he suddenly claiming he saw Dats sneak up behind him and hit him on the back of the head? He never claimed that before.
Yeah.
So why don't we press on that? That seems ridiculous that he's only bringing this up now.
Hold it!
But then again, you know, he's claiming that like politician shit.
Yeah. He snuck up from behind? So you're saying the doctor never even realized Mr. Arbol was there?
That's right. He was utterly absorbed in the book.
I see. What did you see Mr. Arbol do next?
He climbed up the bookshelf ladder and dumped a bunch of books down on the body. I believe he was trying to make it look like an accident. But that idiot didn't realize I could see everything from the outside window.
One of those statements doesn't feel right. Your Honor, I believe the witness made an important statement just now about how the crime was clearly visible, the doctor was reading a book.
That's an idiot. Okay, that's not it.
Yeah.
Check your court record.
I want to say the crime was clearly visible because there is a tree in front of that window.
But he's claiming that politician was revealed to be in front of the tree. He wasn't.
Yes, but the fact that he went up to get there, I don't know.
I think it's the doctor was reading a book. But check your evidence just to be sure. I want to see what's in your court record again.
Well, they say that he was messing with this.
Look through everything.
I mean, there is one book that was different from the others.
Hold on a minute.
What?
Go down your evidence again. If he was absorbed in a book, something's missing.
Glasses.
If he was reading a book, shouldn't the glasses have been in the picture of his dead body?
True.
He said they were on his desk.
Yeah, they were on his desk and they looked undisturbed.
Yeah. The doctor was reading a book at the time of the murder? That's vital testimony.
Very well. The witness will please add that statement to his testimony.
Alright, well, I know what I need to press now.
Standing in front of his bookshelves, absorbed in a book.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, because again, they're probably gonna bring up, oh, it's not in the picture.
The doctor was standing in front of the bookshelves absorbed in a book, you say? I'm sorry, but it seems your testimony is completely unreliable.
That's quite a bold statement. Well, let's hear you back it up. I challenge you to prove that I am anything but 100% reliable.
It would be my pleasure. Lately, it seems the doctor's eyes had gotten so bad he needed reading glasses. However, his reading glasses were over on his desk. So you see, there's no way he could have been reading in front of the bookshelves.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Attition Wimperson, but I'm gonna have to ask you to explain this discrepancy to the voting public. You what?
I'll explain it, you lowly cur. I simply made a mistake, you see. The doctor was actually sitting at his desk when Mr. Arble hit him over the head.
But then the doctor would have been facing him. Surely he would have seen him and tried to run?
Dr. Buff was nodding off. I could tell because his eyes were closed and he wasn't moving.
Sounds more like what you would do. Then how do you explain the fact that he was struck in the back of the head? Isn't that something that should be impossible from the front of the desk?
Oh, about that. He bowed his head when he nodded off. That's when he was clobbered.
So that's what you saw. Well, Mr. Justice, that sounds like a perfectly reasonable explanation to me.
Why is this starting to sound like an admission of guilt?
Because there's something clearly wrong here.
You're not going to read that?
Oh. Do you have a problem with the proposal that the doctor was struck while nodding off? Remember, he's claiming that the doctor was at his desk.
Yeah, no, that's a big problem because
Look
the location of death is different.
There's that, but there's also something else too. Either way, there is a big problem.
Well, still glasses? The glasses would have been put away.
It's a little bit more. How was his office set up?
Oh, he has his back to the bookshelves.
If he's claiming he was sitting here when he got hit, how could he have seen it through the bookshelf?
Okay. That makes more sense. Big problem. I didn't think about that.
The only way he could have seen it in this case is if he was in the room.
Yeah, there's a problem. A very big problem. The witness's statement doesn't hold up under the slightest bit of scrutiny.
Is that so? Then will you please show this court what evidence you have to justify this?
Gladly, Your Honor. Yeah, I'm kind of slow today.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Shit, this shows the problem with the witness's claim that...
Yes! The parrot! Would you stop pointing out the parrot? It's not always going to be the answer. A diagram of the study?
Mr. Titian Whipperson allegedly viewed the murderer from here. And the doctor was allegedly nodding off here.
Yep. Caught in 4K, Mr. Titian.
But from his vantage point, the bookcase would have blocked the witness's line of sight. I'm surprised the game didn't go point out the discrepancy as to why this would happen.
And then it would probably ask the bookshelf. It would probably be the bookshelf.
Yeah, you'd have to point it out and everything.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like at this point that would be insulting your intelligence a little bit.
I don't know. They've
Well,
done
yes,
worse.
you're right.
But...
My name! The fact remains, my client knew that the suitcase was the murder weapon. So he definitely had first-hand knowledge of the crime scene.
Yeah, that's
That's
just...
actually suspicious.
You know what? I think he's jumping in just not because he's trying to support him, but he's trying to bury him now.
Maybe.
I'm afraid I have to agree with you there, Mr. Wright. But then we have to ask ourselves, from what vantage point did he see the murder?
What are you insinuating, Mr. Justice?
From what vantage point could Mr. Titian Whimperson have seen the dozing doctor? Once we determine that, I believe we'll finally see the truth behind this incident.
That's why he moved army.
Yeah. The witness saw the murder from right here!
The parrot!
Take that!
You've got to be kidding.
But that's... It is indeed. But everything only makes sense if the witness was there in the study.
Answering the study? But that's the scene of the crime.
I know. Mr. Titian Whipperson, the man who claims to be a witness to the murder, was most certainly in that very room.
Apollo, are you suggesting...
Mr. Titian Whipperson? Weren't you the one who actually swung that suitcase?
Yeah!
Objection!
What you're proposing is ludicrous. My client is a small, thin man, whereas Mr. Arbol has the musculature to pull it off.
He has a point. I gave up trying to lift that thing after one go.
But then again, you're also a twink, so... yeah.
Yeah, but he looks slightly, less...
He looks average, I guess.
No, I mean, Titian looks less than Apollo's build.
Yeah, but Apollo's not really that muscular.
No, but he's also not exactly a wimp either.
No.
That's right! He's the only one who could have lifted such a heavy object!
He's only half a wimp.
Now, do you understand? The rebel Dax Arbol is the Doctor's killer!
As long as the suitcase is the murder weapon, the suspicion falls entirely on Dax. You'll have to poke a hole in Mr. Wright's argument somehow, Apollo.
Oh, I will. And with his own technique, no less. If Mr. Titian Whimperson couldn't swing the suitcase around, we'll just have to consider another way he could have used it as a murder weapon instead.
Oh.
I'm gonna turn this case on its head, Mr. Wright, just like you taught me.
Oh, I see where they're getting at.
I know what happened.
Yeah, I see what they're getting at. You talk big, Mr. Justice, but do you have what it takes?
Speed thinking? Let's go.
Well, no. Actually, well, this should be interesting.
Mr. Titian Whimperson's testimony has been filled with one inaccuracy after another. First, he stated that Dr. Buff was in front of the bookshelves. Now he claims that the doctor was sitting at his desk. Sir, where was the victim really when he was killed? Also, where was his killer? And how was the murder weapon really used?
So the important thing here is the position of the victim and killer relative to each other.
Yes, Your Honor. If they were positioned in a certain way, it would be possible to use the suitcase as a weapon without lifting a finger.
Okay, pause. Look at your court record. Look at the diagram.
I already know.
Yeah. Okay. So what is it?
He dropped the suitcase from the upper level.
Yeah. So what does that mean? Where was
He's in the coffee location.
Yes. Okay. So now how do we prove that?
You can't. Oh,
Yeah. How do you prove that?
Let's
It's fine. Just keep going.
see here.
It's a very cheeky thing. It's very cheeky. The evidence is actually in the picture of the dead body at the scene.
Okay. I see. Okay.
Yeah, it's the book with the copy stain.
Yeah, that makes sense. I would ask the court to recall the study's layout. It's quite distinctive, as you can see. Now, if Dr. Buff were sitting in a certain spot and his killer was at a certain other spot, the suitcase would become a weapon anyone could use.
Oh man, imagine if he fell from above and fell onto the Shichishito, and that's how he died?
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
It claimed another one!
Very well, Mr. Justice. Where was Dr. Buff's killer at the time of the crime?
He...
Take that!
There? Oh, that's...
See, here's the thing. That was the funny thing. I guessed correctly the first time. I didn't even have to point to the upper level. I just had to point inside the study.
Yeah.
And I just ended up pointing up there. Because I was like, well, there was a shelf on either side of that thing.
Yeah.
The only place he could have seen him was either directly in front of him or above.
Yeah, no, you were right on both accounts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
This should wrap things up nice and pretty for you, Mr. Wright.
It's not nice and pretty unless it has a pink bow on top,
Yeah.
Apollo. You know this.
I would ask the court to recall the study's layout. But this time, instead of thinking in 2 dimensions, let's think in 3. Only then can we clearly see the killer's method at work. The killer didn't have to swing the suitcase. If he used gravity to his advantage, that is. That's right. It was the plaintiff, one politician Wimperson, who used the suitcase. He pushed it from the 2nd floor and sent it hurtling down onto Dr. Buff, who was sitting at the coffee bar. Yeah! The psychology book had been at the coffee bar, no doubt. The doctor must have set it down after he had finished reading it, or the like. But his blood got on it, which is why the killer thought to hide it in that mountain of books.
I just realized. Death by... That's quite an entertaining theory you have there, Mr. Justice. I mean, death by... Who does that? But there's no evidence that the murder took place at the coffee bar.
Yes, there is. I'm not so sure about that, Mr. Wright. I'd say that evidence of the murder occurring at the coffee bar exists. The evidence does exist, and I'm going to show you.
You are?
This right here is proof that the murder took place at the coffee bar. Get a load of this!
Take that!
Nah. This brown stain was determined to be coffee. What's more, it was still damp when we saw it. When we saw it yesterday morning. No. Don't.
Oh wait, stop, come back.
Yeah, boys, not bad.
Help. Police.
One look at this book speaks volumes, I'm afraid, Mr. Wright. It tells us the doctor was having a cup of coffee at the coffee bar. That's when the suitcase came hurtling down, striking him on the head, causing both his blood and his coffee to spatter onto it. Oh, what about a coffee? Well, Mr. Attition Wimperson? there it is, that final excuse cornered killers are so fond of. Well, the doctor never returned your crystal to you, did he? Instead, he hid it in the cave ruins.
Eh.
Telling him that the Defiant Dragons were a dangerous bunch was a huge blunder. All it did was make him hide the orb. Your lie came back to bite you in the end. Even worse, the doctor saw the news reports, so he knew the relic was the Founder's Orb. Being the contentious researcher he was, he knew he had to return it to its rightful place. And that meant keeping it out of your hands.
Oh no!
You were so angry that he refused to return the relic to you that you killed him with your own hands. Isn't that right, Mr. Attition Whipperson?
Oh no! Oh no!
Lots of screaming.
Oh no!
There's it.
Hold it. Apollo, don't. Please don't accuse my client of murder.
Huh? What do you mean, don't accuse him? Why would you even say that, Mr. Wright?
What I meant was, he's a promising politician with a bright future ahead of him. It's in our nation's best interests to avoid burdening him with the taint of scandal.
Say what?
It's gonna be all tape by the end of this.
Right, you'd better do something to change the current courtroom climate, or I'll be charged with murder.
Athena, listen to Wright's heart.
And you know what will happen to her if that happens.
She did get...
Yeah, I wasn't saying anything, but when Faye said, "Oh, Maya, did you get kidnapped again?" Yes.
Yeah, he's like, God damn it.
I mean, hey, this is par for the course for her. She's been kidnapped twice and accused of murder at least 5.
Yeah.
So,
What's he talking about? Well, I can ponder that later. For now, Mr. Wright, you can't possibly believe that Mr. Arble is the killer. Are you really going to send an innocent man to prison? I thought you were better than that. It's either kidnapping or murder. Choose one.
yeah, it's true.
Well, Mr. Wright, answer me.
No!
Mr. Wright? What in the world's going on here? Wait, is she actually? If you won't say anything, then... Mr. Attition Whipperson, the defense hereby accuses you of...
Hold it! Apollo, wait.
Not you too, Athena!
It's just, I wasn't sure whether I should say anything, but during that last recess when I went to check on Mr. Wright, I overheard something that I shouldn't have.
I trust Maya is unharmed.
I can't really say, but just remember, if I'm arrested or fail to obtain the treasure, there will be consequences. Consequences of the worst kind, if you catch my drift. Relax. All you have to do is ensure I get my hands on that relic. I must deliver it to my benefactor at all costs.
What do they want that relic for anyway?
It's something to do with an old legend. My patron seeks the great power said to be granted to whoever solves its secret.
Maya? As in Maya Fey?
Yes, the boss's legendary former assistant.
Okay, legendary is a strong word, but...
I mean, she's legendarily terrible.
I wouldn't say legendary, I'd say infamous, but...
Yeah. Miss Fey's being held hostage?
So it seems.
Why didn't you tell me as soon as you heard this?
Sorry, it's just Mr. Wright spotted me before I could slip away. It made me promise not to tell you. He said it would make things more difficult if he found out.
Ah, as if things weren't already hard enough. So that's why Mr. Wright was acting so strange.
Yeah, things are hard enough. And Edward's not even in the room. I mean, what?
I had no idea. This must be excruciating for him.
Yeah, it's not the first time that this has happened.
Think, Justice. There's gotta be something you can do.
Mr. Justice, about that last statement of yours. I believe you were in the middle of accusing the plaintiff of murdering Dr. Buff. Would you care to continue?
I'm sorry, Apollo. I'm really, really sorry.
What's gotten into you two? Are you having what is called a marriage counseling mess up?
A romance falling out?
A divorce?
If I accuse that slime bag, I'd put Miss Faye's life into jeopardy.
It seems you finally caught on. I'm far too important to be accused of murder. After all, our nation's future rests squarely on my shoulders.
I better give up now, or... How is that still shining?
Once I present the crystal to my patron, my victory is assured. Then one day I'll become president and the king.
Uh-huh, sure.
I'll have every politician at my command. Now retract your accusation.
Okay, bro, you're not Messiah Shishido. Calm down.
I can't kowtow to him, but...
But if you kowtow cleave, you'll land a critical hit.
I was thinking the same thing. I didn't press...
Objection!
I didn't press anything.
I know.
So,
Apollo.
hang on. I wanna see what happened there. The defense would like to retract the previous accusation.
Objection! Apollo.
Dirk?
I don't know what's going on here, but a lawyer should never look the way you do right now, with defeat and resignation written all over your face.
Kill him. Kill him now. I am already dealing with this shit. What? What?
Just keep going, I'm not
Okay.
A dragon never yields.
Okay, coffee man.
Even when wounded, a dragon bites down hard and never lets go till its dying breath. It glares, it roars, and it latches its jaws firmly onto its prey until the bitter end. That's what lawyers do to get to the truth.
Dirk. A dragon never yields. He's right. It's all over if I give up now. If Mr. Wright's hands are tied, it's up to me to do what must be done. He's saved my neck so many times. Now it's my turn to save his. Dirk, thanks for that wake-up call.
Now that's the face of a lawyer you've got there, son.
Where there's a will, there's a way. And I'm gonna find the way to save Miss Faye and see that justice is served. Okay. Let's go! That scumbag is holding Miss Faye hostage to ensure he gets the orb for his patron. And it seems said patron believes in the orb's legend. Thing is, the founder did appear when the orb was exposed to fire, just as legend said. If the legend is true, then we've already solved the riddle, right?
They're making the argument that, well, one of the legends of the thing was they would have been bestowed great power. Has that happened yet?
Not to us.
No. So let's assume under the assumption that we haven't gotten the power.
Yeah,
Because otherwise, if it was yes, then we hit a brick wall.
that's true. We have not solved the riddle yet. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Because, like, yes, it was, but I just didn't think about the current context.
I see.
The legend says the founder will bestow great spiritual power when she returns.
You technically have already got given the answer to this.
But if that's true, well, I already figured it out.
Yeah.
If that's true, it means we haven't solved the whole riddle yet. But how can that be? Are we missing something? Wait, maybe Maybe the part about the founder returning should be taken literally. But how would it be possible for a dead person to return to the world of living?
Time travel.
Channel.
Cloning. Time travel?
I already figured that out.
Time travel? That's a professional way.
The founder can return through channeling. Oh, I know. There is a way for the dead to return. Spirit channeling.
And what would you need for this?
A face and a name. Of course, you'd have to know what the founder looks like first. But the orb has revealed her face to us, so what if it's a sign that we should channel her? Given the facts, in order to solve the riddle and receive the founder's power, I'd need a spirit medium.
Ah, so that means now that Attition is threatening Maya's life, that actually goes against what he wants.
Yeah, a medium is needed to obtain the power. The ability of a medium is to channel spirit. Let me rephrase that. The ability of a medium to channel spirits is the final key to unlocking the orb's secret. That means that Mr. Attition Whipperson's patron will need one too. And once that slimy politician realizes, he won't be able to lay a finger on Miss Fate, except that their patron is a spirit medium.
No.
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 I was never.
No, the patron. Let's just say the patron isn't the queen.
It's the husband.
It's the justice minister.
And he's hiding it from her. Okay. That was my second guess.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no, you're right. I was assuming when I first played this the whole time that is the benefactor the justice minister, because that would make sense.
And if she knew, then he didn't need a spirit medium. That's why I'm was a little unsure about it.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be okay, Mr. Run. That was way inflected wrong.
You're speaking like you were Athena.
Yeah. Everything's gonna be. I can't do it right. Okay, everything's gonna be okay, Mr. Wright. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Bleh. Because Mr. Politician Whipperson can't afford to harm a hair on Miss Faye's head.
Huh?
Mr. Attition Whipperson, it seems you've chosen the wrong person to take hostage.
What do you mean?
Your patron seeks to solve the orb's riddle, and thereby receive great spiritual power. However, only Maya Fey can truly give them what they really want. Right, and if she did that, she wouldn't get that power.
Mm-hmm. She wouldn't have been able to.
She couldn't give it to herself,
Mm-hmm.
because she wouldn't be herself at the time.
Exactly.
However, only Maya Fey can truly give them what they really want.
Unless the goal was to give it to Rafe
Himself, yeah. Oh, Rafe? Maybe, yeah.
But then that's probably would be the case of he's probably doing it for her, but the queen probably wants it for herself.
Yeah. All right.
She can?
What do you mean, only Maya Fey?
Think about what the return of the founder really means. We should have considered it more literally. Well, I already figured that part, at least. After all, the orb was made in the Kingdom of Khura'in, the birthplace of spirit mediums. She's been accused of murder 4 times, kidnapped now twice, so in the Edgeworth games I assume was accused of 5th or 6th murder or kidnapped once or twice instead. Would be funny worse if it's 4 murders, 4 kidnappings.
Actually, I will say this. Maya and Phoenix are not in the Miles Edgeworth games. They're only background cameos.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't have anything that happens. It doesn't mean that it doesn't happen.
Anyway.
I guess. I think I see now. You need to know what the deceased looks like in order to channel them. But in Kiranism, depicting the face of the founder is taboo. However, her true face was hidden in the orb. So maybe the orb is telling us to try channeling the founder.
Exactly. Through a spirit medium, the founder can quite literally return. And if the legend is true, the founder just might bestow spiritual power on someone when she does.
It's like when Pearls imbued my Magatama with spiritual power. If a human could be imbued with such power in a similar manner, it is said the founder possesses immense spiritual power. Such a great feat would not necessarily be beyond her. Wait a second! Then the legend is true?
Do you understand, Mr. Attition Whipperson? Do you now understand, Mr. Attention Whipperson? You are holding hostage the final key of unlocking the orb's secret. And if anything were to happen to her, the riddle would remain unsolved forever.
Ah! There's always Purplefay. I could simply ask her to help.
Do you really think?
If she wants money, I have plenty to offer.
She's not the kind of person to be tempted by material gain. And she certainly wouldn't help you if anything were to happen to her cousin.
Eh.
Or maybe you'd like to go ask the Queen of Karine to channel the founder for you.
He could, but he'd probably get executed for requesting such a thing.
It's over. Now confess! You killed Dr. Buff, didn't you?
Ah. It wasn't supposed to end this way!
Mr. Attention Whimperson, are you admitting to committing the crime?
You're my lawyer, right? Do something!
Not anymore, I'm not.
It's true that I'm your lawyer, and as such, it's my job to defend you. However, defending my client isn't the only duty a lawyer has. There's something else that's equally as important, and that is finding the truth.
What?
Mr. Attention Whimperson, you have sought to twist the truth in the dirtiest of ways. I was complicit in your hostage taking, but in a way, I was being held hostage too. Even so, there's still hope for me to make things right, and I owe it all to you, Apollo.
Mr. Wright.
I can't allow a murderer to walk away scot-free. Therefore, Mr. Attention Whimperson, I must resign as your attorney.
No! No, no, no!
And therefore, it's not going to be a loss on my record.
Does this mean I'm under arrest? No!
So, it's not a loss for me. I get away scot-free. I am not a crook.
I am not a crook. Haru. Stop taping it. It's done.
Wait.
Well?
Nothing to confess. What? I said I've nothing to confess. I don't and I won't. Especially not to a plebeian like you.
This guy doesn't know when to give up.
He's a politician. What were you expecting?
Besides, there's no truth to these allegations. I mean, look at the suitcase. You won't find a single print of mine on it.
All that means is you wipe them off, taking care to only leave Mr. Arbles.
As many a great politician has said before me, no comment.
In that case, try switching things up, Apollo. Look at the situation from a different angle. Is there really nothing that points to the suitcase being dropped from up above?
You already said it.
Yep. Maybe there's something else that has his fingerprints on it?
Evidence that points to the suitcase being dropped from the second floor.
If the killer pushed the suitcase from the second floor hallway over the coffee bar...
Oh.
S'excuse?
Not me. That's me.
I know.
Yeah.
That would place him right around here.
You were getting the boots.
I noticed.
Maybe, just maybe.
Thought of something, Apollo?
I believe this piece of evidence to be connected to the dropping of the suitcase. Yeah, I figured...
It was added? You feel like it would be used at some point.
Take that!
That appears to be a statement. But how is that related to this case?
On the night of the murder, Your Honor, Miss Army Buff physically left her room. That's when she saw the doctor burning the orb and subsequently passed out. Right above the coffee bar.
Is it pronounced subsequently or subsequently?
Subsequently.
Yes, but some people...
Well, yes, but actually no.
It depends.
It doesn't matter.
But with her there in the wheelchair... the killer wouldn't have been able to drop the suitcase down onto the doctor.
You've seen me struggle with one word in particular. I couldn't say unequivocally for the life of me at certain points.
Yeah.
But now I actually can say it properly.
Yeah, I could say subsequently.
Yeah. I just unequivocally was a word I'm just like, how can I say? Good point.
However, according to Sarge, she woke up just as someone was trying to move her in her wheelchair.
Ah.
Subsidiary.
Someone was pushing my wheelchair.
What?
I was so scared, I made a hasty retreat as fast as my wheels could take me.
She must have been in the killer's way and had to be moved. Isn't that right, Mr. Attition Whipperson?
Ah!
And if the killer had pushed the wheelchair with his bare hands, we may yet find the conclusive evidence we need.
Exactly. Fortunately for us, that evidence slipped right through the killer's fingers. The fingers killers.
What?
Lady fingers.
Ooh.
Little pervert. Big one.
If only he'd been able to hold onto it just a little tighter. But now, he is neither able to discard nor alter it. You just need to firmly grasp it.
Firmly grasp it. Honestly, that piece of evidence wasn't even supposed to be here in this courtroom today. And yet, it looks like sometimes things do get better.
Yeah, but this isn't supposed to happen.
No, that wasn't meant to happen.
No? Well, too bad, because the evidence that sped away from you that night has come back to haunt you, right here at this very trial. Your Honor, the defense's final piece of evidence is on this person.
That's...
On the night of the murder, Sarge passed him, only to come to and find that someone was pushing her wheelchair. All I can think of for this is for a politician. All-terrain ass-kicking! That's when she fled back to her room.
She didn't physically see a single soul after that. Not until Athena drew her out through that therapy session.
While the killer was able to wipe the prints on the suitcase off, the same can't be said for the prints that got away.
My fellow Kiranians.
Well, Mr. Politician Whipperson, try to explain your way out of this one. The podium is all yours. Time for the blow-up.
Politician, I am not drunk. My political career, it can't be this. I'm destined for great things. Something's wrong. This isn't real. This is a dream. Oh, it's a nightmare. Ah! Huh? What? Wait, really? Huh? 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 Whoa, no way! Buttai!
Arrested on murder charges and stripped of his electoral win.
No, please. Wait, don't go. No, please. Grandpa!
Holy shit, we actually sent him to the shadow realm.
Oh, it's like crumbled completely.
We actually sent him to the shadow realm. What the fuck? Mr. Attition Whipperson, are you alright? Balaam, get him to the first aid station on the double.
Uh-oh, did I wake somebody up? Oh, yeah, it is Joe. Yeah.
Also, Apollo, did you just send him to the shadow realm?
Mind crush! Wow, did your voice just drop?
Black magic attack!
So.
Well, this was yet another unexpected turn of events. In light of everything that's been revealed, it seems the relic is indeed the Founder's Orb. And it seems Mr. Politician Wimperson can be considered a suspect in Dr. Bruff's murder. Apollo, I want to thank you for everything. Thanks to you, I didn't have to keep bending the truth. I don't know what I would have done without you.
Don't mention it.
You weren't mean today, Apollo.
Well, I couldn't have done it without Dirk.
A dragon never heals.
Even when wounded, a dragon bites down hard and never lets go until its dying breath. It glares, it roars, and it latches its jaws firmly into its prey until the bitter end. That's what lawyers do to get to the truth. They firmly grasp it.
So, Phoenix is a phoenix and Apollo is a dragon.
Honestly, I consider him more like an Incineroar.
I think more he's not gotten his scales.
He's still like a
He's a
fledgling.
whelpling.
Yeah.
A dragon never yields. Every lawyer should take that to heart.
As it seems both sides have no further objections, would Dirk Sadmati please take the stand? Sir. This court awards the orb to the Defiant Dragons per the stated transfer agreement.
You know what's really funny that I just realized? The Defiant Dragons is a name of a team for, crap, what's it called now? Overwatch.
Should the Kingdom of Khura'in claim ownership, the matter may have to be deliberated in court all over again. I just hope, or shall I say pray, that I'm not the judge presiding over that one. Indeed, a trial like that might spark an international incident. Still, there are bigger, and more momentous things astir in the air.
The revolution. Dirk's really serious about this.
This court is adjourned. That was just half of Turnabout Revolution.
I get it.
We still got another half of the trial to go. Nice work, son. We've finally broken through the last obstacle on the road to revolution.
Last obstacle, quote unquote. Revolution. It just doesn't seem real.
Yes, well, I think you actually defeated the Fighting Phoenix. All I can say is, that's my boy!
Well, Mr. Wright did have his hands tied.
Also, it technically wasn't a loss. He retracted himself as his lawyer at the last second, so it's not really a loss for him. In fact, it might turn into a win for him.
Yeah, because he joined the winning side.
Yeah, he changed sides at the last second like a fucking chode.
Who knows? If I had won, he'd been able to fight me head on. Wait. Who knows if I'd have won if he'd been able to fight me head on?
It's true. He was kind of fighting with his hands tied behind his back.
And, you know, not with honesty in mind either.
Yeah.
I don't know what this means, but
I took the roundabout.
I don't know what that's from.
No, I think he's just saying he took like a roundabout. He drove around a roundabout.
No, I have a feeling it's a song, but I don't know it.
Oh, right?
Yeah.
I see it more like you saved Mr. Wright.
Saved him?
Yeah, remember what he said? You didn't have to bend the truth anymore, and it was all thanks to you.
I don't know about that. Still, I guess it is kind of nice to be appreciated.
Let's be real here. You almost lost to him holding back.
Yeah.
You almost lost to him holding back. Mr. Dirk, now that the Holy Mother's face has been revealed, are you going to have a spirit medium try channeling her? I, for one, would love to see the return of a legendary founder.
Yeah, just thinking about it, being able to speak to someone right out of the history books.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it's not that easy.
What? Why?
A face isn't enough. You also need the true name of the one you're attempting to channel.
Oh, right. Pearl mentioned something about like that.
And the founder's true name is only known to the priestess who's been crowned king.
Not necessarily.
Who's been crowned queen? Isn't that what I said?
No, you said king.
King and queen.
Short king.
The queen is a king. In short, the only living person who knows that is the current queen of Khura'in, Garen.
Nope. Ah, so without her help, we won't be seeing the founder anytime soon?
That's no fun.
Founder's form has appeared from within. It seems only the queen knows the founder's real name. No.
Maybe. We don't know.
Maya
for sure.
already
go.
knows her real name.
No, she knows the name of the person playing Lady Kira's real name.
Oh, but they haven't made that connection yet.
Lady Kira is not the Holy Mother.
Is it? Okay.
No, it's someone completely different.
Okay.
I gotta go.
Okay, bye.
How good of him?
Look at that guy.
Look
Look at that guy.
Look at the Zeka. Mochi the Zeka.
No, 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 no.
I didn't do the mochis. That was
Oh.
all fair.
I'm sorry. Well, there goes your arms.
No, there goes your arms.
Love you, Faye.
And they're gone. So, Dirk, what will you do now?
First, I'll start by tracing the route by which the orb came into Dr. Buff's hands.
Since we know it was politician that asked the doctor to study it, isn't he the one who stole it?
No, a political nobody like him couldn't get anywhere near the orb, let alone steal it. He must have had some inside help. My money is on someone connected to the royal family.
Oh, right. You said something to that effect back in the cave.
Whoever it may be, we need to expose their dirty scheme to the light of day.
Well, I'm sure Mr. Wright has plenty of information courtesy of his dirty client. He might be able to shed some light on this.
Private justice.
Oh, no, it's...
Private Justice! It was fine work you did at the trial today. You did your sergeant proud.
Back at you, Sarge. It took real courage to leave your room like that.
It's all thanks to you and poor woman Sykes. With my siege defense over, I can finally sally forth.
But the battle's only just begun. One for me and me alone to fight.
To lose your mother and then your father, what a terrible thing to endure.
Yeah, and being wheelchair-bound doesn't help.
Private justice. I've been thinking, it's about time I stood on my own 2 feet. After all, I no longer have Papa to coddle me.
Huh? I'm afraid I don't follow.
Take a good look, soldier.
Oh,
This is one small step for man, and one giant leap for me.
No, that should have been in the previous game.
Hold my drum for me, would you, Private Justice?
Yes, sir. What is she up to?
She's probably been fully healed for a while now. Ready to.
Fully healed, yes, but muscles would have atrophied.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
It's so cute!
This is adorable.
Yeah.
She's standing!
What's this? Sarge, you mean your legs? They're...
The doctor told me I was ready to walk again months ago. But if I admitted I could walk, I knew I'd have to leave the house. So I faked it.
Makes sense, but...
I kept pretending I couldn't walk. But I know Papa is watching over me now, and I'd hate to disappoint him. So, from this day forth, I'm going to march forward on my own 2 feet.
What a brave kid, trying to move forward like this. But it must be so hard this soon after her father's death.
Don't you ever stop. Just keep on walking, comrade. Stay brave, because there will be days when you'll want to stop. But I have faith you'll find a way to muster the strength to push through them.
Yeah, you can do it.
Hey, Daddy's back.
Mr. Wright! What's that look on his face for?
Oh, Apollo.
Is everything alright with Miss Faye?
She's safe, for now.
Well then, we better go save her, and quick. Where is she anyway?
I'm afraid I have some bad news.
She's already... she's still, what's the word? A prisoner, just a different prisoner now that he knows the truth.
Maybe. Yeah.
Huh?
Maya's not here in the States.
Yeah, she's in Karine.
She's still in Karine. And she's still being held hostage by the mastermind behind this whole thing.
The mastermind?
That's right. Politician Wimperson was nothing more than a pawn. Maya's true abductor is in the kingdom of Karine.
What? I don't understand, Mr. Wright. What in the world's going on over there? But as shocking as that news was, it was only the beginning. The beginning of something big. Big enough to shake Karine to its very core. Revolution. I was being swept up in a mighty wave that nothing could stop. Of course, at the time, I had no idea what the days ahead had in store for us.
Alrighty, folks, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we will be back with Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door.